I'm Ed Hess. I'm a professor of business administration and Baton executive in residence at the Darden Graduate School of Business at the University of Virginia. I teach a second-year elective course called Managing Smaller Enterprises, which in substance I've designed to be a course on how you grow a private company. And one of the modules that I use in this course is how does an entrepreneur, create his own consistent growth, what I call system. How does he have a strategy and then put in place a structure, a culture, execution processes, measurements and rewards that are consistent, linked and self-reinforcing, that basically produces employee behaviors that he or she wants, that basically produces satisfied customers. And a fascinating case that I use in this course and in many executive education courses is Room and Board. Room and Board is based in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and it's the story of a wonderful entrepreneur, John Gabert, who built this company. This company today has 10 stores around the United States and sells high quality furnishings, 85%, which is made in the United States by artisan craftsmen, family businesses. John started his business many years ago, and I found John by reading about him one fall afternoon a couple of years ago in a Business Week article that was saying here was a man that continuously refused to go public, continuously turned down private equity money to grow, refused to grow at a fast pace, and did it his way. And it's a fascinating story because John has created a retail business that's a high-performance organization that makes a lot of money, that has highly engaged employees, high loyalty, low turnover, and he did it by being a contrarian, doing it his way, and basically violating all the business principles. He does not have the lowest cost manufacturing. He did not outsource or offshore his manufacturing like most furniture manufacturing companies. He doesn't pay his employees on a commission basis. He doesn't host sales. There are no sales at Room and Board. There are no discounts for designers. He doesn't have an HR policy manual. He doesn't count employee sick leave. Basically, his employees are trusted and are taught principles, that to make judgments based on principles, there's no big manual of rules. He also doesn't outsource delivery of the furniture that he sells. He views delivery as a key customer contact, and he schedules deliveries to give delivery people time to get to know the customer, and they should not leave the house until the customer is in the right place. And that means the furniture is in the right place, the customer is happy, and if there's anything wrong with the furniture, the service delivery people are empowered to take care of it and take ownership of it and either fix it or get it fixed immediately. Employees at Room and Board are not encouraged to go up the ladder. They're not encouraged to move geographically. The philosophy at Room and Board is to have a life outside of work. People are encouraged not to work longer than 8 hours. In fact, when I visited Room and Board's headquarters, I followed my standard procedure of getting there 45 minutes before the start of the day because I wanted to see what happens. And I was shocked very few people were there. In fact, most people didn't come into corporate headquarters until 10 minutes before 8:30 in the morning. And at 4:30, the place emptied out because John told me, he says, 8 hours is the most that anybody's going to be effective. Let them get home to their family, make sure that everything is good there, get home, do their exercise, because to be good in the business world, you need balance and you need goodness in other areas of your life. Only then can you focus on the customer. Only then can the customer basically relate to you and you have the empathy and the ability, if you will, to listen and meet needs and not push product. It's a fascinating case because he has built here a very successful system. The challenge of the case is that John's now in his 60s. He has no children in the business, and he does not want to lose the essence of what he has built. How does he institutionalize his business? And students then go through what are his alternatives. Should he go public? Will the public markets allow room and board to grow at a measured pace, or will the public markets push for as much growth as fast as possible? Should John sell out to a private equity firm? How do they operate? Are they going to allow room and board to continue to grow at its own smart growth pace? Should John sell to Warren Buffett? Should John put his company into a charitable trust? Should John sell to the employees? And the ultimate question, is it possible to institutionalize a culture and a way of doing business beyond the life of a founder? Students find these questions interesting and challenging, and they bring to bear what they've learned in other management courses, strategy courses, what they've learned in leadership courses about employees, what they've learned in operations, and what they've learned in business ethics. And they also bring to bear their biases and their assumptions about the public markets, private equity firms, and the roles and pluses and minuses of doing business in those environments. The case is well received. It has a teaching note. If you'd like to use the case, please look at the case and the teaching note. I'm more than happy to discuss it with you and share with you some of the things that I've found from teaching it. It's a good case.